Oh, I am beyond irritated right now. Audra just came home for a second to get her debit card, to take one of her clients out to get something to eat. And so I paused my video and I just lost the whole entire thing. So I guess it's start over day. Let me think what I had said. A lot. Seriously. Okay, so a little discouraging, not gonna lie. So I guess I was answering questions. I just for one before anything, I just want to once again I want to thank everybody for your support, for your outreach, for the pouring in of comments that are so encouraging that just make me want to make my voice louder and um be a voice for those that don't have one. Um Priscilla Harper, her first question she had asked was how I feel about Suboxone and was I able to get off it. I am currently on Suboxone. I've been on it for a couple of years. Um, Suboxone works if you take it the way that you're supposed to. If you don't abuse it, Suboxone will work for you. For those people that want to put you down and say, "Oh, Suboxone means that you're not clean," they absolutely don't know addiction. They don't know what they're talking about. Somebody that has diabetes, they take insulin. It makes them better. Somebody who has asthma, they take an asthma inhaler. It makes them better. Somebody that has an infection in their body, they take an antibiotic. It makes them better. Addiction is declared a disease. Therefore, if you take medicine the way that you should, it will make you better. It helps with your serotonin levels. I don't know, maybe some people don't understand that. When you use opiates, it increases your serotonin so much, and that's why it's so addicting because it literally makes you happy. Um, so when you stop using it, your serotonin levels are off so much that you're just depressed and just feel defeated. Suboxone helps with that. It helps with the urges to get high. If you take it, you can't take opiates, you get sick. Um, the Suboxone program is an amazing thing. It's literally what has kept me sober this long. Um, I hope that one day I'll be off it. Um, but don't let anybody tell you that you've been on it too long or that you should be on it longer. Suboxone is a program that works with you. Everybody is different. So don't let anybody tell you anything about your sobriety. That's for you and that's for you to own and that's for you. You should be proud of that. Don't let anybody discourage you, no matter how it is that you got sober. If you are not buying illegal drugs and you are not shooting up heroin or eating a bunch of pills and you're taking your Suboxone the way that you're supposed to, then you are clean. You are in the beginning of your sobriety. Don't let anybody take that from you. Um, obviously with any type of medicine, you can abuse it. Um, so there is people that unfortunately take it and they abuse it and they get high off of it. But if you take it the way that you're supposed to, that's chunks. Um, it works for you. And if you take too much, you get sick. Like me, I take less than I prescribed actually, because I do want to get off of it. Don't let anybody tell you how your sobriety should be going. That's for you. And if you're trying, you should be proud of yourself. Michelle Bowder, she said, my proudest achievement besides getting sober, obviously. So many things. Um, I guess my proudest, my, the thing I'm most proud of, I guess, is my family being proud of me. Um, my parents and my sisters and brothers and my nieces and nephews and, other family members. Um, I am so proud of them being proud of me. I never felt that, you know what I mean? There was a couple of times where I did some decent stuff and, whatever, but it wasn't like this. Them being proud of me right now is definitely my proudest moment. Besides having my family and my home and getting married and my children, which I'm very, very proud of. K. June Merchant said, did my ex get clean when I said I was going to leave her if she didn't? Why we separated? Was it prison? And is she clean today? It's a very complicated story. Um, so no, Misty did get clean with me. We tried. We really did try. We both knew that I had fucked up big time, and we wanted to change our lives. I never wanted to be in that position again, or be with people that I had to go to such extravagant, crazy lengths to do anything. Um, it should never have happened. I should never have done it. Um, I I regret certain parts of that, but I don't regret it completely because it has definitely made me who I am right now. Um, so in the beginning, county jail, you know how expensive the phone is. Misty, there was always money on the phone. There was always money on my books. Every visit, I was what are they, a cleaner, whatever. And so I had an extra visit day. She would literally work 12 hours and get out in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and drive from work to the jail to have that extra visit with me. Um, and then when I went to prison. She drove. I think it's like 4 or 5 hours, something like that. To see me, um, quite often, at least once a week, maybe 3 times a month, probably. Um, but I had everything that I needed. Money on the phone, money in my books. She sent me packages, um, wrote me letters. Um, Me and Misty were that couple that were so entwined that there wasn't an identity for one of us by ourselves. There wasn't just Jamie or Misty. It was Jamie and Misty. We literally spent every second together, and I mean there was times in our relationship where we would be at work together. Like she would literally go to work with me. Um, when I got locked up, she didn't know how to function without me. I didn't know how to function without her. Things like as simple as the insurance company. She would have to put two phones together, and I would literally have to talk to the insurance company because she didn't have to handle any of that stuff. I did it. Um, Prison is a separation. Um, you don't have that physical contact. You don't have that emotional connection. You feel very distant. You feel very alone. And not just for one person, for both people. Do not ever think that somebody being in prison is not a family event. It is absolutely everybody is locked up in a sense. Um, she tried. Um, she did marry me knowing that I was going into a 5-year prison sentence. Um, but we both grew separately, differently. Um, we started to separate. She fucked up a few times. She definitely did cheat on me, which was a big part of why I pulled away and was like, whatever. Because I never in a million years thought that she would ever do anything like that. Um, so when it came down to it, she said, well, I don't understand why you're not trying to fight for me. I'm locked up. You're the one making the decisions to ruin our marriage. So What am I fighting for? What am I supposed to do? I'm locked up in prison. How the fuck am I supposed to fight? How am I supposed to uh, get you to stop fucking this dude? Like, that's not how it works. Like, you know what I mean? And I was mad at her for a very long time. It took me a long time to understand that you grow differently when you're not together. And we grew like we were newly into sobriety. Everything was raw. Everything was real. We were taken away from each other. Um, and things just kind of fell apart. Uh, I don't have any ill feelings towards her about that. The only thing that really makes me dislike her is that she fucked around with my nephew while I was locked up, Mikey, and it took me a long time to forgive him. When I first came home, he got a hold of me and was like, "Aunt Jamie, I was so sorry. Like, I was fucked up. Whatever." They both had been drinking. They were both on drugs. Misty was lost. She was fucking running around with her head chopped off. Without me, she didn't understand what to do. She didn't understand how to be. Um, so for that, I really hold a lot of animosity towards her. But I did try to forgive Mikey. He apologized and he said, "Aunt Jamie, I'm clean. He had a job. He was really proud of himself. I really think he was heading in the right direction. I wasn't ready to fully forgive him in a sense of being a part of his life. Um, so, unfortunately, I didn't find it in myself to 100% forgive him until about a month before he died. I set up a JPay and I wrote to him and, I just told him that I loved him and he said, "Aunt Jamie, I'm sorry and I know that you hate me." And I'm like, "I don't hate you. I hate what you did. I don't understand, but I don't want to not have you in my life. I promise your dad that if anything ever happened to him that, I'd be there for his kids." And, my brother passed away in 2008. Um, and so I started talking to him and then we found out that he passed away, and he was supposed to come home in August. He was he was supposed to be at my wedding. If you have something with your family, any type of grudge, you need to squash that, because you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, you don't think you're gonna lose one of your babies. You don't think that you're ever going to have to stand up at a pew and talk about your nephew's life. That was so short. So unfair, and I hate myself every day for not forgiving him sooner. Words are words, but I didn't get to have him come home and show him that I forgave him and show him everything that I have and everything that you can get if you stay sober. And I really feel like Mikey was right to stay sober. And so for that, that's a different story. Um, she asked if she's sober today. I believe so. I think Missy's doing very well. She has kids. Um, she seems to be a good mom, and as far as I know, she's clean, and so yeah. Um, Sorry. Um, Her second question was, how and when did you get caught for your perfect crime? Um, I didn't get caught for my crime until 10 months later. I was living in Florida. I was living with Mikey actually. I went down and stayed with him. Things were starting to get hot in New York, so we left. Like I said, the only reason why I was convicted was because of witness testimony for people willing to get on the stand. Um, Amanda, this girl who was supposed to be one of our best friends, her kids called me Aunt Jamie. I helped take care of them. I changed their diapers when they needed a babysitter. They were at my house. Um, my co-defendant, he got caught for something else, and they were trying to like be like, yo, did you know you have involvement? We're hearing that you have involvement in this. And she's in the background going, if you're getting caught, then Jamie should go to jail too. So, yeah, Gangster Amanda, everybody thinks. It's public knowledge. You can go right to Shenango County Courthouse and ask for it. She, witnessed my own eyes, got on the stand, pointed me out, said that's Jamie Ballard, she did it. So, that's how I got caught for my perfect crime. Um, JP Slater said, "What's the craziest, silliest, funniest story you have?" Pain really doesn't go away, it shifts. It just shifts to other people. So, I was at the bar one night, and, we were celebrating one of my friend's birthdays, and I was playing pool, and once I get on the table, I don't leave that table until I've lost, until I'm done. Um, so I had been on this table for a couple hours, and they were like done with waiting for me. They were like, "We're going to this place. Come when you're done." So I do this thing called tip for tip, where I give the bartender a dope ass tip by leaning my head back on the bar, and they pour liquor in my mouth until it comes out of my nose. So I was pretty lit. So after an hour, I'm like, "Where'd they go?" And they're like, "Dude, they told you they left. They went to the American Legion." So I go to the American Legion. Next thing I know, I hear, "Miss Ballard, get up! Miss Ballard, get up!" So I'm like, "What the fuck? Leave me alone." And they're like, "Get up right now." So I open up my eyes and I see this cop standing over me, and he's like, "Miss Ballard, get up right now." I look down. All I got is boxers and a wife beater on. I'm covered in mud. Um, and I actually adore this cop. Officer T, we'll call him. He puts me in his cop car and he takes me to my parents' house and he's like, "Go in there, and if I see you again, I'm gonna arrest you for disorderly conduct and drunk in public or whatever." Now, mind you, I don't live in my parents' house. I haven't lived in my parents' house forever. This is Pepper. Yes, hi, baby. Um, so I don't have any clothes there or anything, and I'm wasted. So I'm looking around for my dad's car keys. I don't see them anywhere. So, but I do find his keys to his riding lawnmower. So I'm like, well, it'll get me where I need to go, right? So I'm on the phone trying to call on a landline. So I get out, I go out, I get the lawnmower. Um, I get up the hill and into the Jehovah's Witness parking lot, and it dies. It runs out of gas. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I truck it back down to my parents' house. I look next door at a couple of my favorite people's house supporters. You'll hear more about them throughout my story, I'm sure. They were a big part of my life for a really long time. They were my parents' neighbor for 45 years. Both very amazing people. Um, so I look next door, and there's a Dora the Explorer tricycle, and it's got a basket for the phone. So I toss the phone in there, I get on it, and I, up the freaking hill, and, over to freaking grandma's house we go. And I park it in between these two motorcycles out front of the hideaway. I go inside, and the bartender Tabitha, she's like, "Dude, what the fuck happened to you? You've been gone for like 45 minutes, bro." So I'm like, all this crazy shit, and she's like, "Well, they're not here, dude. I think they went by Nicole down like towards Nicole's house after the American Legion." No, I don't know where my pants are. I don't know where my phone is. I've lost everything, so I don't know people's phone numbers, but I should have fucking trying to call people with a house phone. That's way out of range by at least a mile. Uh, Nicole, okay, alright, so we'll go to Nicole's. We'll try that out. So I get back on the tricycle and I'm trucking it down the road and I look and these people have these little sidewalks set up with the solar lights. So I pluck one of those bad boys. It's dark outside. I need to see my way. Throw it in the basket. We're going, we're going, we're going. So I go down the way and I end up seeing these people and we chilled and for a couple minutes and I'm like, all right, well I got to go find them and we're laughing about everything that just happened and I get to Nicole's house and they're there and they're like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? Now, mind you, my parents' house is here, okay? You go up this little hill, we call it the gully, and into the Joe in his parking lot. And then you go on that road, and then you go down where she lives on the corner of Dunham and River Street. So I go there, and everybody's there, literally right around the corner from my parents' house, right down the road from the American Legion. And they're like, dude, what happened to you? And I'm like, I don't even know, bro. But I got this tricycle. And my parents' phone is at the or at the hideaway. Didn't even take it back with me. So the next day, my parents get a phone call. They're like, "Yo, your house phone is here." So my dad was pretty happy about that, and his lawnmower was out of gas and up the road. So that is definitely one of the craziest, funniest stories, like the silliest. I definitely got some more things, don't worry. That's definitely not even the top notch, but it's pretty silly. So, one of my favorite stories. Yeah, there is that. Um, God, you guys don't even know what you're in for. Um, so let's see here. And I really do appreciate all of you, and I really do try to respond back to you as fast as I can. I mean, you can ask people; they hit me up, I hit you up. I suck at sometimes getting back right away, but you know, um, let's see here. We'll do a couple more questions. Shoot, 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 shoot. Go back, way down, way down, way down, way down. Okay. Heather said, you did good first on your first video. I'm excited. How many kids do you have? I'm so happy, over the moon happy you are. It's so sweet. Um, I have two kids. I have a son, Gregory. He's 8. Um, he's 5'1" and 120 some odd pounds, 30 pounds. He's a big boy. I mean, he literally gets like here on me, and I can wear his t-shirts. Um, and he's just a really funny guy. He says the funniest things. He's just a joy to have. He's so smart. He's so smart. And he's such an artist. Like I'm not even being biased. Like his drawings are so good. You will definitely see him. I've already promised him he can do a video with me. So you will definitely see my children at some point. Um, and then I have Kendall, who is 7. She's right behind her brother. She's not much smaller than he is. My fiance is 6'1", though, so they definitely get their height from their mom. She's autistic. She's nonverbal. She is one of the happiest people that I've ever met. She's just usually so happy. Um, and she's silly. She does silly things. She just gets all riled up, and I get her going all the time. And then she wants me to put her feet to her face and shake her and on the couch. She likes it when she lays down and I put my hands like this in her chest, like on her shoulders right here, and like shove her into the couch. Oh, she thinks it's hilarious. She wants me to do it over and over again until my arms are like ready to fall off. Um, she's such a doll. You guys are gonna love her. She is so funny. She just laughs. It's so hard sometimes to be mad because she's like you either get madder because she's laughing or you laugh because she's laughing. If there's any type of, and that's probably my fault because I'm always like, tell me what now, and she just thinks it's funny, and that's what we do at bedtime, and the neighbors probably think I'm crazy. So anytime there's any type of like confrontation or something, she hears people yelling, she just starts laughing. She thinks it's funny. Um, which is probably not good because her mom needed help one day. Audra was in serious pain. Like, she was screaming for the neighbors and because she couldn't get to her phone, and Kendall's just laughing at her. And she had to be rushed to the hospital. Like, they gave her morphine in the ambulance before anything even happened. That's how much pain she was in. And Kendall just laughed. She just laughed and laughed. So that's Kendall. Uh, she loves Barbies. She could sit and shake a Barbie. She likes to watch their hair go. She's in love with wind. The windier it is out, the happier she is. Um, it's definitely been an educational ride. The first year or so that me and Audrey were together, um, it was pretty much just me and her because she worked. I lived in Rome. She lived in Cortland. She worked all night, and on the weekend she would work. The kids would go to their dad's house, and she would come to visit me, or I would work all weekend. I would have the weekend off, and I would come visit her. So the kids weren't around like that. I did come out, and see the kids.